For Connolly, audio description introduction. Set around Liberty Hall, the bronze statue of James Connolly features prominently. Black and white photos of the man, as well as of Old Liberty Hall after the shelling of 1916. The poet sits and reads in a whitewashed brickwork space, empty save for a chair and fireplace.
One of the great international leaders of the early 20th century labour movement, it was James Connolly above all who was responsible for the alignment between working class organisations and the goal of Irish independence. He believed it was the working class who could shake the foundations of the British Empire to the benefit of all the oppressed of the world. Born in Edinburgh in 1868 of Irish parents, Connolly came to Ireland at the invitation of a small socialist group. Here he soon made his mark as a talented organiser, speaker and writer. It was almost certainly as a result of Connolly's influence that the proclamation was very careful to use language that included women and made it clear that if the rebellion won, women in Ireland would have the vote. As a signatory and commander of the Dublin forces in the rebellion, General Maxwell and indeed leaders of the constitutional nationalist movement too wanted Connolly out of the way. So even though British doctors had been struggling to save Connolly's life as he lay in Dublin Castle with a shattered leg, on 12th of May 1916 he was taken to Kilmainham jail, strapped into a chair and shot. Poet Eiléan ní Chuilleanáin is an Emeritus Fellow of Trinity College Dublin, where she has taught since 1966. She is co-founder of Irish poetry journal Ciphers. Her 7th collection of poetry, The Sunfish, was shortlisted for the T.S. Eliot Prize and won the Griffin International Prize for Poetry in 2010. Eiléan is regarded by many as one of the most important contemporary Irish women poets.
For Connolly.
When I think of all the false beginnings, the man was a pair of hands, the woman another pair to be had more cheaply. The wind blew, the children were thirsty. When he passed by the factory door, he saw them. They were moving and then waiting, as many as the souls that crowded by Dante's boat that never settled in the water. What weight to ballast that ferry? They are there now, as many as the souls blown by the winds of their desire, the airs of love, not one of them weighing 1 ounce against the tornado that lifts the lids off houses, that spies where they crouch together inside until the wind sucks them out. It is only wind, but what braced muscle, what earthed foot can stand against it? What voice so loud as to be heard shouting enough? He had driven the horse in the rubbish cart. He knew the strength in the neck under the swishing mane. He knew how to tell her to turn, to back, or stand. He knew where the wind hailed from. He studied its language. It blew in spite of him. He got tired waiting for the wind to change. As we are exhausted waiting for that change, for the voices to shout enough, for the hands that can swing the big lever and send the engine rolling away to the place we saw through the gap in the bone, where there was a painted room, music, and the young people dancing on the shore, and the old man of the sea had been sunk in the wide, calm sea. The sea moves under the wind and shows nothing, not where to begin. But look for the moment just before the wave of change crashes and goes into reverse. Remember the daft beginnings of a fatal century and their sad endings, but let's not hold back our hand from the lever. Remember James Connolly, who put his hand to the work, who saw suddenly how his life would end, and was content because men and women would succeed him, and his testament was there. He trusted them. It was not a bargain. In 1916, the printer locked the form. He set it in print. The scribes can't alter an iota. Then the reader comes, and it flowers again, like a painted room.